of Maslow. Maslow was a psychologist that did a lot of studies on human behavior. And what he basically said was that there were three very, very basic needs that drove mankind's feelings about things. Okay? Can you tell me what the most basic need mankind has? Mankind has. The most basic need there is. What would that be?
Food and water?
Food and water would
Yes.
food and water would certainly be one of be some of that, right? But the most important thing for life, the most important thing we have.
Getting along with others?
What?
Breathing.
Breathing. You cannot be anything without the ability to. How long can you live without being able to breathe?
Like an hour.
An hour.
No.
How long can you hold your breath?
Oh, I can.
Like a minute.
45 seconds.
45 seconds, a minute. Some people, very, very experienced divers, can go down into deep water for as long as 8 to 10 minutes. Okay? I've never been or witnessed anyone be able to do that any longer than that. But those are called your physical needs, your physiological needs. The most basic need for the most basic thing about life is that very, very first level. Okay? Now, if you're on that first level, and we all can breathe, what's the second thing we need to survive in the world we live in? The second level of need. Any ideas?
Water?
Well, that's part of the physical needs. You can only go around 3 days without water. Sometimes a little longer. You can go quite a long time without food if you're fat enough. So, what do you think that second level of need is?
Emotionally?
No, those come up a little bit higher than this one. Your need to feel safe. Your safety need. The way you feel right now, you're very comfortable. You don't think there's not a tiger chasing you. Okay? The dogs are not going to bite you. Okay? So you don't feel any fear. So your safety needs being met. You have shelter. You have a place to go get in out of the weather. You have clothing. Okay? So you feel safe. You're comfortable. Now, once your physiological needs are met, your ability to breathe and eat and drink, and your safety needs are met, you have shelter, you have clothing. What do you think the third thing that people think about in terms of what the psychology of their needs are? What would be the most important thing after all those other things are met?
The ability to get along with people?
That's right. The belonging need. The ability to belong. The opportunity to have people around you, surround you, that you're comfortable with, that you can interact with. Okay? When you're in school, it starts very early. When you're really young, you have your family. And they provide for the physiological needs and your safety needs. Once you start school, all of a sudden you're thrown back into a situation where you're not at the very, very basic level, but sometimes your safety needs aren't quite in the same place. And for sure, you're not sure where you belong. Okay? Once you start going to school, then all of a sudden a lot of the belonging need comes back into question. And you start wondering, okay, how do I survive this? Okay? Didn't you think at first with school, how am I going to be okay in this setting? Right? Isn't that true? Now, if your belonging need is met, what do you do to meet it? How do you help yourself with that belonging need? What do you do? You're getting ready to change schools, right? So there's some apprehension about going to a new school?
A bit.
A bit? Absolutely there is. There's nothing wrong with that. That apprehension manifests itself for different people in different ways. You're probably a pretty good student, so you're going to be comfortable with the subjects you have, right? Okay? You've had algebra, I take it?
No.
No, but you're going to have to take algebra. This, as I understand Wichita Public Schools, and I've only taught there a day or two. You have 3 math courses in order to graduate from high school. The first one is algebra. The second one is geometry, and the third is algebra 2, which is really algebra trigonometry, right? 3 years of math and more if you're capable, right? You only have 7 electives, 7 things you get to choose for yourself, and they steal one of those with American history, or not American history, world history. Because you only need a semester of world history, and they try to make you take 2. So one of your electives goes away right away. Okay? Remember that. You don't have to take that second semester of world history. All I'm saying to you is, as you enter high school and you go away from middle school, it becomes, again, the same thing that happened when you left 5th grade and went to 6th grade, no matter where you went to school. There's a little apprehension and there's a little bit more concern about what do I do now? Okay? Some kids don't handle that so very well, do they? Some kids make that transition and they start doing things that people don't approve of. Their behavior becomes really hard to get along with. Okay? And some kids do things that are way outside the realm. Throw their papers on the floor, stomp around, yelling, scream and holler. Have you ever seen any of that kind of behavior in a classroom?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you think's going on with that
Many
kid?
times.
How do you feel when that kid's doing that?
Entire classroom to do what he just did.
Why do you think he did that?
Wanted to make a scene.
He wanted to make. Why would he want to make a scene? What's he looking for?
Attention.
Attention. And and attention is belonging, right? Okay, isn't that belonging, right? When someone sneaks out of the house at night, what are they looking for?
Attention.
Attention. Why? I mean, they got a perfectly wonderful place to be at, right? Why would they want to sneak out and run on the street? Huh?
They want more.
They want more? Do they? Or do they want attention from someone else?
Someone else.
Someone else, why? Why would they? Why would they do that?
They don't feel comfortable. in their
Because
own-
you don't think they feel comfortable? I think they feel more than comfortable.
Yeah,
I think
feel
that
too
I think
comfortable.
they're,
Comfortable.
huh?
Too comfortable.
You think they're too comfortable? You think they're looking for attention? They don't think they're getting the right attention? What do they, any type of behavior that puts you out there, what does that do? What is it? What do you get from that? Like the kid that's stomping around acting like he doesn't have good sense. She doesn't have good sense. And it's both male and female that do that, by the way. Okay. If you're on an athletic team and you make a mistake, if you're on a softball team and you strike out in a big, bad situation, okay, you feel horrible. You feel like you let everybody down, okay? Did you?
No. Kind of just like let yourself down.
Actually, what happened was in the realm of the game, that just happened. And you are responsible for your behavior, okay? But the strikeout is one athlete against another, okay? But we take that personally. Just like some kids take schoolwork personally. They can't do the work. So they misbehave because they can't do the work. It's not that they won't do the work. It's that they can't do the work. Something's preventing them from doing the work. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Now, what I want to do here is give you guys each a role and have you role play a situation in a classroom when one of you will be the teacher and you handed out paperwork to everybody. And one of you will be a student that doesn't know how to behave. Okay? I ask you to be the student that doesn't know how to behave. All right? Okay? And you two are just going to be other students. You and her. And you're going to be the teacher. Does that work for you? Okay? And I'm going to have you improvise this, and I want you to recreate that student and how this might be prevented. Okay? What I'm going to tell her, I'm going to tell you in front of all of them. What I'm going to do is I want you to be upset about work that you didn't get done, that you should have gotten done. And you're going to talk about, take out your homework. Okay, I'm just going to let you improvise that whole thing. And how you feel about the way she behaves. And I want you to put on a show. Okay?
Okay.
Be Costa.
Yeah, just be cool. I mean, this is a play, and you guys are the actors. And I want you to role play this whole thing out. Okay. Okay. So from here, this is the we do. And this is the you do. Okay? And then we'll talk about feelings. All right? You kind of get an idea what to say there? Does that help? Doesn't help? I'm going to give you this paper right here. Okay? Like you pull them out of a book. Can you guys do this?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Okay, class. Take out your information that you have been working on concerning the Revolutionary War. Take out your assignment and let's go to work.
Everybody starts taking out their work.
Ugh. Can't do this. I didn't even finish it.
Say, well, how would you respond as a teacher to that?
Please pick up your papers and try.
Oh, you're going to give in that easily?
Do I have to? I'm leaving.
Does that happen? Does that happen in the classroom? And it's pretty common, isn't it? How did you feel when she did that, Lauren?
Awkward.
It was awkward, huh? How did you feel?
A little bit scared.
Really? And I know you were the teacher. As the teacher, how did you feel?
Kind of upset that I couldn't really do anything.
You didn't think like you could do anything. Okay, and a lot of teachers feel that. They're like, what do I do with this? How do I handle that? Your feelings were very, very accurate. Okay, could that have been prevented? What could we have done to prevent that from happening?
Maybe
Helps the
if
student
asked
more.
if they needed help.
So you guys, as students, could help her. What if she won't accept the help? What if she's standoffish and won't be around? She didn't want to be around it. What if she kind of cuts you guys off? How do you help her then?
If you say take a break and we'll come back to it.
Teacher could do that maybe, okay? And maybe the whole class deal with it right there. I don't see very many teachers doing that, okay? Now, and when we cut this off, I'll tell you how I handle that, okay? But I'm kind of a maverick with that kind of thing. So, as you guys take a look at this, I want you to understand your feelings. You guys both gave me some suggestions on how you handle it, and we'll just stop. Okay?